Have you ever stopped to think that snakes, those creatures many people go out of their way to avoid, actually survived everything that wiped out giants like the dinosaurs? That's right, while colossal beasts vanished, snakes kept slithering silently, writing one of the most unlikely survival stories on Earth. Here's the twist: maybe you've always believed these animals have stayed the same, just quiet, cold-blooded predators. But the truth is, snake evolution has been anything but simple. From legged lizards to colossal monsters like Titanoboa, prehistoric snakes have gone through radical transformations. This shatters the idea that nature always follows a straight path. What's even more surprising is that their secret isn't just venom or brute strength, it's adaptability. Their superpower lies in reinventing themselves when survival seems impossible. And what if I told you that understanding how snakes evolved could actually unlock deep insight into how life always finds a way, even against all odds? Get ready, in the next few minutes, you'll travel across 160 million years of history, uncover wild facts few people know, and see ancient reptiles in a completely new light. What comes next might just change how you feel about every silent slither in the modern world. Snakes are now one of the most fascinating groups on the planet. Just think about it. Nearly 4,000 species spread across every corner of the Earth except Antarctica. This incredible snake evolution turned them into true masters of adaptation, thriving in both lush rainforests and scorching deserts. It's no coincidence that we find colorful snakes gliding through the damp foliage of the Amazon, while rattlesnakes patrol the dry trails of Texas. Their ability to handle such drastically different climate is living proof of how these ancient reptiles became survival specialists. Want a real-world comparison? Picture someone who can thrive in any workplace, from a formal corporate office to a laid-back startup. That's exactly how snakes operate: versatile, discreet, and always ready to claim their space. This kind of diversity only deepens the mystery surrounding how snakes evolved over millions of years. And even though it might seem like we already know everything about them, the truth is that the story of snakes goes far beyond the present. Their past reveals creatures that would forever reshape how we understand life on Earth. Long before they became symbols of power and mystery, snakes were just small lizards. Between 160 and 100 million years ago, during the late Jurassic and early Cretaceous periods, these ancient reptiles began an unexpected journey. What looked like just another lizard lineage ended up paving the way for the entire snake evolution. The loss of limbs wasn't some accident or simply due to disuse, as some might think. It was the result of environmental pressures and natural selection. Over time, those lizards developed longer bodies and became more agile, an essential adaptation for escaping predators or ambushing prey. If you think about it, it's like someone trading a car for a bicycle to navigate narrow streets more efficiently. As strange as that change may seem, it brought incredible advantages. And it was precisely this radical shift that signaled snakes were destined for something greater. But the real surprise came when fossils revealed that the transformation didn't happen overnight. Some species showed traits from both worlds, not quite lizards, not fully snakes either. One of the most intriguing fossils ever found is that of Najash rionegrina, a snake with an elongated body and flexible jaw, yet still equipped with two functional hind limbs. This discovery proves that snake evolution wasn't a sudden leap, but a gradual transition. Looking at it, we see how these ancient reptiles preserved hybrid features that help us understand how snakes evolved. Another striking example is Pachyrhachis, an aquatic species that still had vestigial legs. Picture a snake gliding through water, but with tiny limb-like protrusions. It's like watching a living snapshot of the transition between worlds. These creatures show us that evolution doesn't move in straight lines, it weaves through curves full of trial and error. Even today, traces of that heritage remain in modern species. Boas and pythons still carry pelvic bones and spurs, anatomical leftovers from the past. It's almost like a scar you've had since childhood, no longer functional, but it tells a complete story. These fossils aren't just museum curiosities. They're vital puzzle pieces in a much larger picture, one that still holds many secrets. and they help illuminate how certain lineages managed to survive events that forever changed the fate of life on Earth. Around 66 million years ago, a colossal asteroid struck Earth and changed everything. The impact wiped out about 75% of all life, including the iconic dinosaurs. Many believed nothing could survive, but snakes proved otherwise. Snake evolution pressed on, revealing the remarkable resilience of these ancient reptiles. Their secret, a low metabolism that allowed them to survive on very little food. While massive predators perished due to the lack of prey, snakes managed to endure by hiding in burrows and crevices, feeding on the few small animals that remained. This flexibility was what kept them alive while so many others vanished. It's like someone who knows how to live with less during a crisis. While others collapse under the weight of their needs, those who learn to adapt and conserve find ways to thrive. Snakes did just that, and they emerged even stronger. What's most fascinating is that this catastrophic event didn't just spare them, it created a path for expansion. In this new world, free from the giants that once ruled, creatures like the Titanoboa were able to rise. With the fall of the dinosaurs came a new age of opportunity. The Paleocene ushered in a warm, humid climate perfect for the expansion of tropical rainforests. In this lush environment, snake evolution accelerated, and these ancient reptiles found the perfect stage to rise as dominant predators in revitalized ecosystems. It was during this time that a true giant emerged, the Titanoboa, stretching nearly 40 feet long and weighing over 2,500 pounds. This massive creature hunted much like today's anacondas, lying in ambush, then crushing its prey through constriction. Imagine encountering something that size in the jungle. It would be like facing a living bus slithering through the swamp. What's truly fascinating is that Titanoboa didn't dominate by brute force alone, but through strategy. Its ability to blend into rivers and strike without warning reveals how snakes evolved to master the art of ambush. The Paleocene jungle was a chessboard, and Titanoboa played as its undisputed queen. This chapter of history proves that once the towering land giants vanished, new slithering giants emerged. But as the planet began to cool, the environment shifted once again, demanding even more surprising adaptations from snakes. As global cooling set in, vast forests began to shrink, making way for open savannas and grasslands. This environmental shift demanded a different survival strategy, and snake evolution rose to the challenge with remarkable creativity. New lineages emerged, armed with powerful venom like vipers and elapids that completely changed the way snakes hunted. Venom became more than just a weapon, it was an energy-saving tool. Instead of wrestling large prey into submission, snakes could quickly immobilize them and wait for the meal to become safe to consume. It was like trading brute strength for smart technology. Think about how smartphones replaced maps, cameras, and even watches. This innovation redefined what it meant to survive. On top of that, the evolution of sensory organs became a game changer. Many snake species developed new ways of seeing the world, detecting heat or ground vibrations, making them virtually invisible to their prey. It's like playing a game where you can see in the dark, while everyone else stumbles blindly. These innovations weren't just momentary adaptations, they were turning points that shaped the entire future of snakes. And when we take a closer look, we realize their specialized senses would become even more refined, elevating them to an extraordinary level. Among the most impressive weapons snakes have developed are the heat-sensing organs of pit vipers. These infrared detectors work like thermal cameras, allowing them to detect prey even in complete darkness. This ability proves that snake evolution went far beyond physical strength, venturing into sensory pathways few animals have ever reached. Another fascinating detail is the forked tongue. With every flick through the air, it collects chemical particles that are analyzed by the Jacobson's organ, acting like a natural GPS. Imagine walking through an unfamiliar city, yet always sensing the exact direction of the right street. That's how these ancient reptiles navigate with astonishing precision. This sensory toolkit isn't just a curiosity, it's a strategic advantage. A snake can pinpoint the exact direction of its prey or detect unseen rivals and predators. It's like having a sixth sense that turns every hunt into a game of certainty. Anyone who's seen a rattlesnake lying in wait knows just how real that power is. These extraordinary abilities reveal that to truly understand how snakes evolved, we need to look beyond fossils and colossal sizes. The real revolution was in their senses, and as Earth's climate kept shifting, new challenges emerged, pushing those capabilities to the limit. During the Miocene and Pliocene epochs, the planet began experiencing prolonged droughts. Forests shrank, giving way to dry, open landscapes. In response, snake evolution had to get even more creative to ensure survival in these harsh new environments. It was under these conditions that unique forms of movement appeared. In desert regions, some species developed the famous sidewinding motion, where the body shifts in quick, curved segments to reduce contact with the scorching sand. It's like someone learning to walk sideways on burning pavement just to avoid getting burned. This kind of adaptation proves that ancient reptiles weren't just tough, they were ingenious. While other animals succumbed to the extreme heat, snakes turned the challenge into an opportunity, becoming masters of dunes and open plains. That kind of flexibility is a perfect reflection of how snakes evolved in harmony with the ever-changing world around them. But all these changes were merely a rehearsal for what was coming next. Because when the planet entered a new era of extremes, snakes had to prove once again their astonishing ability to endure. The arrival of the Pleistocene brought intense cold that turned continents into vast frozen deserts. Many species couldn't survive, but snake evolution once again demonstrated its power. Snakes retreated to warmer regions, where they could maintain their predatory lifestyle. Some developed a strategy known as brumation, similar to mammalian hibernation. During the coldest months, they drastically lowered their metabolism and waited patiently for the return of milder temperatures. It's like someone choosing to conserve energy and live simply until better days arrive. Despite the ice, many lineages survived. Their persistence reminds us that these ancient reptiles were anything but fragile. They were silent strategists, able to wait for the perfect moment. Even amid global freezing, how snakes evolved proves that patience, too, can be a powerful weapon. These displays of resilience were key to not only surviving the Ice Age, but reaching the present day as true survivors. And today, they face a new and far more unpredictable challenge: the direct impact of human activity. Today, snakes remain highly efficient predators. They've survived ice ages, climate shifts, and even cosmic collisions, but now they face perhaps their most complex challenge yet: coexisting with humans. Snake evolution has gifted them strength and resilience, but the pressure from habitat loss and fragmentation is relentless. Deforested lands, expanding cities, and invasive species are dramatically reshaping ecosystems. Yet, many snakes have learned to adapt even in urban areas. It's now common to find them in gardens, parks, or even inside sheds, proving how these ancient reptiles can adjust to the most unlikely settings. This contact, however, brings a mix of fear and fascination. On one hand, there's the risk of conflict. On the other, an opportunity to recognize the role snakes play in pest control and maintaining ecological balance. It's like that odd neighbor you tend to avoid, but who shows up to fix the plumbing when it really matters. And while we may view this relationship with caution, the truth is that the role of snakes goes far beyond practical coexistence. They serve a silent yet essential function in the health of modern ecosystems, something you can only fully appreciate when you take a closer look. Snakes are, at their core, silent regulators of nature. By controlling rodent and insect populations, they prevent imbalances that could devastate crops or even spread disease. This shows that snake evolution isn't just about individual survival, it's about collective impact across entire ecosystems. Picture a cornfield overrun by rats. Without natural predators, the losses would be staggering. In these cases, snakes act as invisible guardians. Much like companies invest in security systems to prevent damage, these ancient reptiles play the same role lonely out in the open fields. This ecological control doesn't benefit humans alone. By keeping pest numbers in check, snakes allow other species to thrive, preserving the balance between predator and prey. It's like a conductor who, without ever stepping into the spotlight, ensures the whole orchestra plays in perfect harmony. How snakes evolved shows us that balance is truly their greatest skill. Even though many people don't realize it, the modern world depends on snakes more than we care to admit. And this relationship between usefulness and symbolism is echoed in how both ancient and modern cultures have interpreted these creatures throughout history. Since ancient times, snakes have held a unique place in the human imagination. For some cultures, they symbolized wisdom and rebirth. For others, fear and destruction. This duality echoes throughout snake evolution, showing how these ancient reptiles impacted not only ecosystems, but also the human psyche. In ancient Egypt, the serpent adorned the pharaoh's crown as a symbol of divine protection. In India, snakes are linked to spiritual power and life cycles. Think of it like modern brands with iconic logos. Just one glance, and a powerful idea instantly connects with people. Across the Americas, snakes appear in myths like that of Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, revered as a god. This blend of awe and fear reflects a long-standing coexistence between humans and these discrete predators. How snakes evolved didn't just shape ecosystems, it left marks on religion, art, and tradition as well. That mix of fear and fascination still lingers today. But it leads to an inevitable question. If snakes once shaped entire cultures, how might they transform or respond to the changes the future holds? The future of snakes is deeply tied to the changes we humans are making to the planet. Rising temperatures, rapid urbanization, and ecosystem disruption are pushing snake evolution down entirely new paths. These ancient reptiles, which once endured asteroid impacts and ice ages, are now facing a very different kind of test. In response to increasingly urban landscapes, some species may develop greater tolerance to pollution or learn to navigate sewers and man-made structures as new habitats. It's like a startup thriving in the chaos, seeing opportunity where others only see obstacles. We may also witness an even greater refinement of their senses, perhaps evolving more precise ways to detect heat or vibrations, making them even more strategic predators. Time and again, how snakes evolved has shown us that when the Earth throws a challenge, they respond with ingenuity. The future may follow that same pattern. And who knows, thousands of years from now, snakes could be remembered as one of the few creatures that not only survived human-induced change, but thrived because of it. This forward-looking view brings us full circle, reminding us of the incredible journey that has stretched across 160 million years. After millions of years of history, one thing is clear: snakes are far more than silent predators, they are born survivors. From early legged lizards to giants like Titanoboa, snake evolution reveals how life constantly finds unexpected ways to thrive. Today, even in the face of human impact and climate change, these ancient reptiles continue to play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. They control pests, keep natural cycles in check, and yet still remain wrapped in mystery and awe. The takeaway is simple: every snake's silent glide carries the weight of millions of years of successful strategy. Observing how snakes evolved is, in a way, a reminder that the secret to enduring change lies in constant adaptation. And if you want to keep uncovering nature's secrets and exploring stories that reveal the strength of life itself, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. The next video might just reveal something that changes the way you see the world around you.